All of a sudden, I'm getting text messages from clients, emails from clients, phone calls from clients. One of them was approximately 60,000. Another one was about 45. We're on those jobs right now. We're just in the middle of doing a quote for 150,000. That's just in the past couple of months. Experience with you guys is it's always good. Anything I ask for, you guys are on top of it.
Hey guys, this is Hisham from VixelStudio. I'm here with Nabil from BFI Renovations. We've been working together for 2 years now. He joined us in October of 2023. So quite the milestone here. But Nabil, do you want to introduce yourself and what your company does?
Yeah, my name is Nabil Khatib. I've been a contractor for many years. Basically, our main goal is to make people happy with basements, kitchens, and bathrooms. So those are our main things. We do, other things as well. We do roofing. We do a bunch of other things. But our main business is basements, kitchens, and bathrooms.
Yeah, no, we work with a lot of remodelers, and now you are like one kind of at the front line over there with everybody. But yeah, like we've been working together for 2 years. We're working on your SEO to get you organic leads. But before we get into that, I wanted to ask you, what did your marketing look like before working with VixelStudio?
Well, my marketing before VixelStudios was, I'm a retired pro MMA fighter, so I had some following to begin with, right? And people know who I am and know who we are. So I sort of was relying on people who knew me, which at one point it did work for a bit, but then that's not going to work. Not going to work forever. But it just started that way, and I was doing Instagram and Facebook and that kind of thing, and I tried to do the SEO thing on Google, but I'm not much of a tech guy when it comes to that stuff. So it was coming along. I would go door to door. I would chit chat with people, networking verbally and physically talking to people. It just wasn't enough, though. Definitely wasn't enough.
Okay. And we've been working together for 2 years. We made you a new website. We worked on your SEO, and now you're ranking really well for renovations in Ottawa, and your Google business profile shows up really well as well in some areas like Canada, for example. What has that done to your business in terms of lead flow and revenue and just general business growth?
First, let me tell you one thing. As contractors in any business, they will get a lot of phone calls from people saying they can get us leads. Okay, I'll tell you that. And as soon as they start talking to me, I realize either they're teenagers, they're trying to get on Facebook and and build the leads like that, and they don't have no sales pitch. You knew first of all what to say, how to say it, when to say it, and you were not pushy about it at all. So I was happy with it. So what has changed? First of all, when I started working with you guys, I did notice some emails coming in here and there. I noticed it working, so I just let it go. I let it flow because I know that things need to flow, and things need to progress, and they progress, and they kept getting busier and busier and busier. And it was really good. But then I know recently, I think it was in the past couple of months, all of a sudden I'm getting text messages from clients, emails from clients, phone calls from clients. So these are the three main things that we look for. Mm-hmm. Three main things that actually work for me, because as soon as a person gets on the phone with me, I'm 90% in the sale because I'm very good with people. I chat with them, I have a conversation with them. We help with their goals. It's been quite good.
Amazing. I'm very happy to hear that. We've noticed that your rankings have went up in the summer for your Google business profile, so that definitely correlated to the increase in the amount of leads. And from the increase in amount of leads that you've seen recently, what has that generated for you in terms of revenue?
If I can recall, the last 5 or 6, one of them was approximately 60,000. Another one was about 45, and we're on those jobs right now. And then we have one of those leads. We're just in the middle of doing a quote for 150,000.
Wow.
So that quote's not signed yet, but that's one of the quotes, and that's just in the past couple of months. Mm-hmm. Right, which is what your main goal is in business, to have organic leads. So it works really well.
Yeah. No, amazing. I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome, to be honest. 160,000 job, 145,000 job. You did mention to me a few other smaller ones as well, which
the smaller ones, which are great. 10, 15, or a couple more $5,000 jobs. They're smaller jobs, but the main ones were the ones I just mentioned for sure.
That's the goal here, and I look forward to kind of keep pushing and keep driving those results to your business. But you kind of touched on it before, right? But what made you choose us over other people? Is it purely like the way we spoke to you when we first started working together? What made you like pull the trigger with working with us?
Like I said before, whenever I get a lot of phone calls for people trying to sell me their services, I was engaged when you spoke with me. I listened when you spoke with me. I asked questions and you had answers for me. You seemed like you know exactly what you're doing, and you seem very sincere. So I was very happy with it.
I'm glad to hear. Honestly, that's something we strive for when we reach out to people. It's mainly like, can we actually help them before we just like, just promise them a bunch of stuff? We need to understand their business first before we can tell them what we even can do. Some people do it the other way around,
Yeah.
which is completely incorrect. Overall, what has your experience been with working with our team?
Experience with you guys is it's always good, because if I have a request, for example, please put my new listing on the website. I email it to you, bing bang, I get a reply back, bing bang, it's done within a couple of days, and then you guys tell me it's done. I look it up. Anything I ask for, you guys are on top of it. And not only that, you guys also reach out to me. Is there anything else you need? How's everything going? They call, like Munir calls out to me and says, "Hey, how's everything going? We're just calling to check up on you." You guys are always on top of things, and you guys make sure you're on the job. And and the thing is, that's important for us, because we don't feel like, okay, well, you landed us, you got paid, and now you just sort of sit back and collect the money.
Yeah.
No, you continue doing it. You continue doing the work. You continue doing the work. You continue moving forward. You continue working on the process. And that makes me relax in my job. So I know they're working on it. We're gonna get some more businesses. We're gonna get some more phone calls, and which gives me a chance to hire more people, right? To be able to take the ball,
to grow,
right? Yeah.
And like that's something we really strive for, because like a lot of the way we're structured is that we're month to month. There isn't really a commitment, so we need to kind of like work every month to keep you as a client, if that makes sense. But
yeah.
That's our philosophy. And like to be able to actually do that, the team has to be held accountable. The team has to provide, A1 service, communicate with the client regularly. So that's kind of what our company is designed around. You know what I mean? And I'm glad you felt that. That means it's working. One last question I have for you, Nabil. What would you say to another business that's considering working with us?
Simply have a conversation with you or Munir or whoever the lead person is on your team. And then that's it. Tell them what your needs are. And you'll see that the questions that you guys ask, or the questions that they have, will be answered. Because like I said, you guys don't make promises. You can't promise one thing. You can promise them one thing, is that you're going to work hard to get to their goals. And I think you've done that so far.
Well, no, thank you very much. Right. So everybody, you heard it from Nabil here. If you want to have a conversation so that we can see if we can help you out, just listen to Nabil and just book that call. You know what I mean?
Okay.
No, Nabil, thank you for sharing. That's pretty much it. For anybody watching, if you're a local business and you want similar results to what we have achieved for Nabil, like he said, book a call with us using the link below and we'll help you out. Thank you for your time, Nabil. Look forward to keep working with you.
Same with me, brother. Chat soon.